Welcome to another Excel on Banahene Tutorial Collections. Today we are going to look at a particular component which is much overlooked in Microsoft Excel, and this particular component we are going to talk about in this video is very beneficial to basic, intermediate and also advanced users of Microsoft Excel, especially to basic and intermediate users. This particular component we are going to talk about gives users an initial output and also give clearer understanding of how to use certain formulas and functions, and also gives you a clear overview of any kind of operation you are performing within that particular component. Now, can you guess the component that we are going to talk about in this video? Then let's quickly jump into this video and let me show you what this component is. Now, this particular component has a simple name. Its functions and capabilities will amaze you after introducing this to you in this current worksheet I have on my desktop background. And this component is known as function argument. And one may ask, what is function argument? Function argument is any input a user provide to a function to perform specific calculation or action. This is a brief definition about this particular component known as the function argument. And when you have this on your fingertip, it helps you to have clearer usage and also understanding of Microsoft Excel. And I am going to show you different ways to access this function argument and also show you one example in using this particular function argument to perform certain actions when you have a data in your worksheet. Now, if you are new to Microsoft Excel and if you want to learn the basics or the components or the features and everything or the anatomy of Microsoft Excel, I have a tutorials in the description below. Please check it out after watching this video. It gives you a clearer overview of Microsoft Excel, and that will guide you in the usage of this special software. Now, I am going to show you 4 different ways you can access this function argument. The first approach is to move above this worksheet, and we have this tool known as the formula bar. Now, beside the formula bar, that is to the left, we have this icon that says FX, and the screen tip of this FX means insert function. And when you click on this icon, this provides you with this insert function dialog box, and this was obtained by this particular icon. So the first option to get access to your function argument is to click on this FX. The second approach is to use a simple keyboard shortcut, and that is Shift key and the F3 on the keyboard. This also provides you with this beautiful dialog box. You can also use the escape key to cancel this window. The next approach is to move to the menu bar, click on the formulas tab, and then we have the function library group, and the first command is function. And when you click on it, this provides you with this same dialog box. Now, are you a popular usage of keyboard shortcuts in Microsoft Excel? Then you can use Alt M F to provide this particular dialog box. And you can see, using this simple keyboard shortcut, I had this insert function dialog box. Now, as you could memorize during the illustration or the process of opening this dialog box, I was mentioning a term known as insert function dialog box. And one may ask, what is this particular window? This particular window is a dialog box that enables users to insert correct arguments for a selected function. It means that when you select a function in this dialog box, that is going to jump you to our component that we are going to talk about, which is the function argument, so that you are very specific that this is the kind of formula or function you are going to work within, and that is going to provide you the output based on your input. So this is the insert function dialog box. Let me have an introduction to this dialog box to you. This part is called the title bar, and that consists of this title, which is insert function. When you move to the right, we have these two icons. This particular icon is used to close this window, and this is the help icon. When you click on this, and when you are connected to the internet, you are going to have your favorite or your default browser open, and you have more information about this particular icon. Because I'm not connected to the internet, I have this as you are not connected. Now when you get back, we have search for a function. This gives you a gist that says type a brief description of what you want to do and then click go. So let's assume that I want to use the if function. Then I'm going to type this. By default this is selected, but let's assume that these texts are not selected. Then you can click and drag with your mouse, or when you click, having your cursor blinking in this field, you can use Ctrl+A on the keyboard, and this is going to select this particular text. So let's assume that I type if and click on go. See what happens in this particular section, that is select a function. This displays functions that matches my search at the top. So we have if error, and we have if and a, and we have ifs. Any function that relates to my search is going to pop up at the top of this particular list. So if I move back and then Ctrl+A and type sum and click on go, when you get back to your select function section, you can see that we have some if, some ifs, some product, we have some SQ, we have different kinds of some functions displayed here. So if you want to work within or work with any of these functions, you just double click on it, then you get to the component we are going to talk about. So this particular section gives you the room to search for a particular function or formula you want to work within. When you get below, we have this section that says or select a category. Currently this is set to recommended. If you click on this drop down arrow, we have most recently used. So check this particular options here. If I choose this is going to change the list that we had previously, and now we have if, sum, average. So these are the most recently used functions in Microsoft Excel. If I get back to recommended, I have this. If I go to all, I'm going to have all functions in Microsoft Excel, and you can glance through and choose the function that you want to work with it. Now this section, you already have an idea about it. That is when you search for a function or select any category here, you have its related options pop up. So in this case, you can glance through to select a function in this particular section. Now when a function is selected in this particular area, when you move below this section, we have the screen tip or the description about the function and how it works, and that is going to be displayed here. So let's assume that I go back to this search box, click on go, and the sum is selected. You see that we have sum, and this gives you how you can manipulate this particular function, adds all the numbers in a range of cells. That is the screen tip of this function. Now when you get below this section, we have these three options here. This gives you a link that also jumps you to the internet to have a particular help on a function that is selected in this particular area. And when you click on OK in this section, this also activates the function that you select in this section, and that jumps you to the function argument. And if you want to cancel this dialog box, then you choose this particular option. So this is the overview of this dialog box, and I am taking my time to explain this so that you can understand. So when you start to work with this dialog box, you know what to do at a particular time. Now in this case, before I want to get into the main component we are going to talk about, which is the function argument, I'm going to select the cell. First you have to select the cell you want to manipulate. Now in this worksheet, I have this data set, and I want to base on this status. we have present, absent, present, absent. So we want to check if an employee is present in the company, then that particular employee is qualified for an award, and if that employee is absent, he is going to be disqualified from any award that is going to be given to the employees. So let me type award here. So I'm going to select this. I'm going to start from the first employee, which is Jonas Edu. So I'm going to select this cell that relates to this employee. So select, and I can use any of the approaches of opening the insert function. So I'm going to click on this FX. Then in this case, I want to use the if function to get my output for the award that is going to be given to these employees. So I'm going to search if here, and when I get to the select function to have if selected, so I can double click or click on OK whilst the function is selected. So you can see that beautifully we have our component outputted, and this is the function argument. This is what we are going to talk about in this particular video. Let me position it here. Now this also has a title bar. As you can see, this is function argument, this is the help icon, and this is the close button. When you get below, this gives you the function name, and that is if. So any function that you select in the insert function dialog box, you are going to have the name of the function in this function argument interface. So this is the if function, and you have other components here. These are the argument boxes. These fields that you see here, they are called argument boxes. So all these individual boxes that you see are called argument boxes. This is where you're going to tell Excel what criteria you want to base on, so that you can have any output that you deserve. And when you get below, we have checks whether a function is met, or returns one value if true and another value if false. This is the screen tip or the description about the function that you selected. And as explained previously, I said anytime you select a function, you get its description so that you can understand what you are going through or what you are doing in your worksheet. And also you have other description here as well. When you go below, this gives you a formula result. Presently we have formula result equal to nothing because we have not input any argument in this argument boxes. So if we insert any argument in these boxes, then we are going to have its result displayed here. At the same time, we also have a result displayed in this section. As you can see, we have this equal to in this area. So this is the brief description about this dialog box. Below you also have this link. When you click, it also gives you the same interface as compared to this icon. You get the interface to get more information about this dialog box, but make sure you are connected to the internet. And as usual, we have the OK and the cancel. This is to accept and this is to ignore. Now if we move to this argument boxes, the first option is logical text. What is the text that we want to base on so that we can have our output? So I am going to base on this status colon, and if I have an employee who is present, I want that employee should be qualified for an award, and if the employee is absent, that employee is disqualified for any award. Therefore, the logical text, we use cell references. So this present or this criteria here is in E2, so you can type E2 in this field. And when you look at the side of this particular field, you see that we have present. This tells you that presently in E2, this is what is available. If I close this and check this box, you see that I have present. Now let me go back, double click, select E2. You see that we have absent. Previously it was present because that was the output in this cell. Aside typing the cell reference in the logical text field, you can also use this option. We have this arrow here, which is the up arrow, and when you click, this collapses this dialog box. Then you have the option to select the cell, and this tells you that you have selected this cell. Then you click on this icon once again, and when you get back to your field, we have the cell reference in this argument box. Now what we want here is if E2 is equal to present, we want qualified, and if it is equal to absent, we want disqualified. So I'm going to type equal to. So you can see that I have E2 is equal to present, and this is in a quotation mark because this was an output from a function. So I have to place this text in a quotation mark. In Excel, it is normal when it comes to working with text, always when texts are located in functions, you need to place them in a quotation mark. Just that in some instances, if those texts are hard coding or they are fixed or they are generated from checkboxes and other sources, for that one you can maintain them. But if it is something that you are manipulating in a function that is a text, always you have to place them in a quotation mark. So presently I have E2 is equal to present, and this gives me false. Why? Because when I move to this particular cell, I have it as absent, so it is telling me that this is a false argument, and that is what I need. So I move to the second argument box that says value if true. So I'm going to click. So if this particular argument meets my criteria, I want qualified. Then I move to this box. Also clicking, you can use the tab key to jump from boxes to boxes. So presently I am in this box. When I use the tab key, this moves me to this particular field, so I can type disqualified. So you can see that this has automatically placed a quotation mark around this text that we have here. But if we are manually typing this function in the worksheet, we have to do this by ourselves. So this is the argument I want in this individual argument boxes. So presently when I move to this particular section, we have this result that is disqualified. Why? Because this is absent. So if you are absent, you are disqualified. When I go back to my formula results below this section, I also have this as disqualified because this employee is absent. So you are going to have a disqualified criteria. When I click on OK or press the enter key, when I get back to my interface, I have this as disqualified. If I click qualified, click disqualified, you can see how this particular dialog box, which is the function argument, has guided me to have a perfect insertion or input of instructions and also a perfect output of my data. So this is what I want, and if I want to apply this to all these employees, I'm going to select all these, Ctrl+D on the keyboard. So I have this qualified, disqualified, qualified, disqualified, qualified, qualified, and disqualified. So when I click on these checkboxes, this is going to change all these criteria, and we had this based on the function argument dialog box. So you can see how this component is very beneficial. So as I said, if you are basic or an intermediate user of Excel, start using this argument, and when you get much understanding about this, that is when you can get into the manual hard coding of functions, which is going to enable you to have a perfect control over Microsoft Excel. As usual, if you want to learn more about checkboxes, check in the description below, and we have videos that talks about checkboxes. Also, if you want to learn about this developer tab, how to activate it, I also have a video about it. Go through the description and click on the individual links to learn more about Microsoft Excel. Hope you like this video. Please like, share, comment, drop your question, and also if you are new to this channel, by getting to this video, then subscribe and be part of this great community, and let's build a learning platform.